financially. He knows that we're struggling, and he had approached us and said, you know, have you ever considered investing? He's a pastor. You know, he wants to help us.
So I looked at this as, wow, an opportunity to get out of debt.
With a little bit of faith, well, a lot of faith actually, we went ahead and wired over the $160,000.
Once he got the money, we didn't hear from him.
He ended up filing bankruptcy.
It was all a smokescreen. The panic attacks that I deal with come in the form of a stress headache.
I do have anxiety. My chest will tighten. If we want to be able to do better financially, we're going to have to take a little bit of a risk. I had no idea it was going to cost us everything.
Today we're empowering you to protect yourself, your health, and your family. Here to help out today is Dr. Phil. And we just heard from Aaron and Ron. They're in our audience. I want to thank you for sharing this story with everyone, because you're not the first. And I think this became a true health issue for you. You ended up in the hospital?
I did, yeah. I ended up collapsing. My son found me, and I did go to the hospital in an ambulance, and they weren't quite sure what it was, but for the most part, it looks like it was caused by the anxiety and the stress of finding out that a dear friend had
Well, you know, I'm
scammed
so
us.
very sorry that you went through that, and I think this is a grand example of where psychological stress turns into physiologic stress. It really is the whole idea of the mind-body connection. And it's why it's so important to avoid these situations, hopefully in the first place, because it has a real profound effect on your health.
Plus, you get depressed, right? You're so disheartened, Ron. You trusted this man, right?
Yeah, I did. He was,
and it breaks your heart that somebody lets you down that bad, right?
Oh, yeah.
And let me say, you know, I said in this book, one of the things I want to do is teach people how to spot these folks coming, and then how to understand specifically how they do what they do, because they're out there. And how do you spot them? Well, they have a sense of arrogant entitlement. They have no empathy. It never occurs to them, I'm destroying these people's financial life, their future, their ability to provide for their children. No empathy, no remorse, no guilt. It doesn't even occur to them. They're irresponsible and self-destructive. In fact, they thrive on the drama. They thrive on the crisis. You know, they get off on it, and they brag about outsmarting others. And they have a pattern of short-term relationships. You know, they just kind of jump from one to another, and they live in this delusional world. Your guy, 8 for 8. Now, what were the tactics? The first thing, they infiltrate themselves into your life. They seduce you with promises and flattery. It's like a pedophile grooming the victim. The sad thing is, you have to look at those in your life that tend to offer you the most. And you go, well, that includes the truly nice people in my life. I'm sorry, but that's true. Let me tell you, I should have written this book several years ago, and I'm really upset with myself that I didn't, but I've written it now. And I want you to have a BAITER radar. I want you to say, look, is this person, I know 8 things to look for. Is this person hitting on 4 or 5 of those? And if it is, they go on my watch list. Every one of you should have a watch list. You should do a life scan and say, you know, there's just something about old Aunt Bessie over there that, you know, I never knew what it was, but now I grade her paper and she's hitting 5 of these 8. And, you know, there's something, I put quotes in the book, and one of the quotes is from me. I have quotes from other people. One of them's from me, and it says, you can call me a but you're going to do it long distance. And so, you know, you may not, you may not like me, you may not get along with me. That's okay, but you're going to do it from over there, because you're not going to be in my house. You're not going to be in my space. And there's some people you just have to push aside. I should have written this book a long time ago. I didn't, but I have written it now. And by the way, you can only get this book at thebooknook.com, which is the bookstore for Jay's publishing company, thebooknook.com.
And Aaron, I know this is probably of little solace to you, but by sharing your story, there are probably a lot of people at home that are going to learn from it and hopefully avoid this same scenario. We just wish you the best of luck in the future, and also good health to both of you.
It does get better.